Guess who's back again? I'll wait. Yes. FLVS girl. Again. So, here I am again, talking about my favorite website. And that is not sarcastic at all now. So, crazy. Just, that's my number one word that is going to be the theme of this video, is just crazy. So, I made my first video like a little bit over a year ago, I think. And, you know, I was angry with Florida Virtual. I was just done. I had enough of a whole almost year doing Florida Virtual, and I was really fed up with it because of how much work that you have to do. But I have some news. Florida Virtual completely saved my GPA. I'm currently going to public high school now. I go to a magnet school, so we have like majors. And so I'm a theater major, and I started out the school year, everything was going pretty good until I was in my geometry honors class and I took my first test and I got a 3 out of 10. Yeah, not good, not good. And my grade dropped drastically because of that. And like, I just thought, oh, I need to get used to taking tests because I am a terrible test taker because I have awful test anxiety. And I just thought it had to do with that. And as I took more tests, I found out that I do have really bad test anxiety. And I have bad anxiety with everything, but test anxiety is the worst for me, which I've realized from going to school now. And then I took more tests in geometry, and I failed every single test. I never knew what like the issue was, and I wasn't learning anything like at all. And eventually the first quarter was done and I got a D. I got a D in the class, and I would pay attention every single day and I would go for help. And I was doing a lot of stuff that I could do, but I was not getting better, and nothing was getting better for me. So I decided to take geometry honors on Florida Virtual instead of taking it in school. And the issue with that class was that if I would have gotten a D the first quarter, there's no way that I could have recovered to the second quarter. So I got out of that class and I talked to my guidance counselor, and the next day I was in my geometry class online, and I substituted my 8th period class instead of geometry with tech theater because that's a requirement that we have to take. But I was going to do that next year, but I can just get it done instead of taking my geometry class. So now, of course, it is second semester, and I am over 50% done with it, and it is currently April. The thing was that I started in around October with this class, and it was really hard to fit into my schedule, but I would usually just do it on weekends because I'm in an AP class also. I'm in AP Human Geography. So I would just fit it on weekends and do it after school some days because I live about like hour and a half away from my school every morning, so, and back. So unless I take the bus, then it takes like 3 hours back. But once I get home, it's usually school ends at like 3:35. On Mondays it ends at 2:35. So some days I'll get home at like 4:30, anywhere from 4:30 to 6. And I would sometimes do geometry if I didn't have any homework, and it was working well for me, but the issue is that I could never fit it into my week, like my weekly basis, so I just do a lot of it on the weekends, so I don't have to do anything throughout the week, unless like DPAs or tests or anything. So I was really stressed out about it this past quarter 3, because I did not think that I would be able to take the EOC in time because I only had like 10% done in the second semester, and my guidance counselor told me I had to be 75% done by the end of March. So I was really stressed out. And then Corona came and all EOCs got canceled in my state, and all EOCs and like FSAs and other tests got canceled. So that means that I don't have to take the EOC because I already passed my Algebra 1 EOC the first time with my 4 points away from a 5 with 101 fever, which I took that class because I I think I had the flu when I took that test, but I still got a high score on it. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And now that we're in quarantine, I have been doing geometry almost every single day along with my other schoolwork that I have to do, because from being homeschooled and doing Florida Virtual last year, I have the ability to do work really fast now, which is something really good about Florida Virtual because I have a good work ethic anyway, and I know when I need to get things done. And the thing with Florida Virtual is that it helps me do things the way that I would like to and the time that I want to, instead of feeling like this like nervousness to take a test or just the stress from taking a test. I don't have to worry about that anymore because I can just take it on Florida Virtual and it's out of the way and it's all good. So now I need to take all my math classes on Florida Virtual for the rest of high school, which is really cool, and I'm really happy about that, and I'm really thankful for Florida Virtual. And I don't know how my first video got so big on the Florida Virtual community because I was just complaining about Florida Virtual in my room, and I like everyone that commented and told me that they could relate or they couldn't relate. And like, I was being really overdramatic in that video, and like I finished it and I got all A's in all my classes. Oh yeah, that's the thing. My first semester of geometry, I got an A. And second semester right now I have a A. So 50% done with that. So hopefully be done with that this month, and I can take Hope on Florida Virtual, and I'm going to take Driver's Ed on Florida Virtual. So it's all going great, and all my other classes are going great. I have A's in all my classes. Everything's going pretty good, and I really like Florida Virtual. I really love it. It's really great. I really recommend it. Just make sure you're taking the right classes, and make sure you don't stress yourself out too much, because if you sit there all day and you do school all day, which is what I did, it will be terrible, and you're not going to get anywhere. So, I mean, you're going to get some more schoolwork, but like mentally you're not going to get anywhere. So I recommend like sitting outside and doing your homework on Florida Virtual, or doing homework, then go for a walk, or like go swimming in between, or do things in between your day, and make sure you have activities outside your house to keep you doing something you like to do, so you're not too cooped up and just not, I don't know, too stressed out or anything. So I hope that gives you some more advice about Florida Virtual so you can succeed in your path that you want to with your schooling. I think it's great, and my views have completely changed on it, but I hope this helped you out a little bit more than my first video, because I was just venting. And I don't know what I said in the first video, but none of that's very relevant anymore to my life. So I hope this helps you out with your Florida Virtual problems, and that know that your teachers are there to help you in Florida Virtual. If you need help, ask them, because they are going to help you no matter what. It's their job. And I've learned, okay, I was afraid of DBAs when I first started, but now DBAs are my favorite thing in this like whole world, because I love talking out like problems and like figuring out problems out loud. And if you do that on DBAs, even if they know that you know it, then you're going to succeed with it. Because even if you don't get a question completely right, the way you work it out and the way that you talk about it, and if you seem like you know it, then you're going to get it right. And just don't stress out about them too much, because your teachers are there for you. They're there for you, and they want you to succeed. No one's against you. And everyone's just trying to learn. And everyone's just trying to learn separately and in their own environments. And it's going to be great. If you're starting Florida Virtual, I really hope this video gets more views than my first one, because my first one, I am very embarrassed about that on the daily. And now Floor Virtual is so great. It saved my GPA, so I hope it saves yours too. And I hope this helped a little bit more than my first video. So have fun learning. Peace.